Hello students, I hope you all are fit and fine at home. In the previous class of the chapter Nouns, we have studied about the rules of forming plurals. Today we are going to continue with the plurals only. Let's see. Today we are going to study about compound nouns. What are compound nouns? Let's see. These are made of two or more words. Compound means more than one. So, when we take two or more words, that is known as your compounds. See the example? Mother-in-law. Now, this is your hyphenated noun. Mother-in-law. And over here, we have to change mother-in-law into plural. So, we will going to take the main word, the principal word. So, over here, the principal word is mother. So, we will going to change mother-in-law into mothers-in-law. Next, passer-by. Now here also the principal noun is your passer. So passer-by will change into passers-by. Next, bus stop. Now over here we will going to use S in the last word, stop. So bus stop will change into bus stops. And next, she wolf. Now in the previous class I have already told you when the word ends with F. So we will going to remove F and we will going to use VES. So she wolf will change into she wolves. She wolf changes into she wolves. Now next is from Latin or Greek. Now most of the words in English have been borrowed from Latin or the Greek. Let's see. Nouns ending in ON, UN. Then change the ON, UN and use A in place of. Now the letters and ON we have to remove from the words, from the nouns, and in place of ON and UM we will going to use letter A. See the example? Bacterium phenomenon. Now over here in bacterium we have UM at the end, and in phenomenon we have ON. We will going to remove UM from bacterium and it will change into bacteria. I have removed UM and in place of UM I have used letter A. So bacterium will change into bacteria. Phenomenon we have to remove ON and then we are going to place letter A. So phenomenon will change into phenomena. I hope this much is clear to everyone. Now let's see some more nouns which are from Latin as well as from Greek. Now next is nouns ending in letter A, then add S or E at the end. Suppose if we have nouns and at the end we have letter A in those nouns. So we will going to add letter S or E at the end of those nouns. Let's see the example. Antenna, formula. Now over here at the end we have letter A. So we will not going to replace anything. We will going to add S or E. Now over here antenna can be antennae, formula can be formulae. Antenna and formula. Or it can be antenna, can be antennas, and formula can be formulas. So over here we can use both S as well as E. Now next is nouns ending in US. Then change US to I. Nouns if they have US at the end, so So we will going to remove US and we will going to use letter I. See the example? Fungus, slavus. At the end of fungus we have US and slavus, again we have US. So we will going to remove this US and we will going to add only I. So fungus will change into fungi and slavus will change into slavi. Next is nouns ending in is, then change is to es. Nouns which have is at the end, we will going to remove is and we will going to use es. See the example? Crisis is, oasis is. Remove this and the crisis will change into crisis and oasis will change into oasis. I hope these three are okay. Now let's move on to some more. Now next is nouns ending in ex or ix, then change ex or is into ices. The nouns which have ex or ix at the end. So what we are going to do? We are going to remove that, and what we are going to add? We are going to add ices. See the example. Vertex, matrix. At the end of vertex we have ex, and at the end of matrix we have ix. So we will going to change this into vertices and matrix will change into matrices. Clear? Now next, nouns ending in eau. Nouns which have letters eau, then add x at the end. We are not going to remove anything. We are going to add only and only letter x. See the example? Tabular, bearer. In this we will going to add only x. So tabular will change into tablet, bearer will change into bearer. Now next we have a fresh topic, that is noun cases. So we will going to see noun cases and its functions. Now let's move on to the noun cases. Now we have 4 cases in nouns. Let's see. First, nominative. This is also known as subjective because it is related to the subject only. Now subject can be noun or it can be pronoun. Next, second is vocative. Now vocative cases are those cases in which we address the subject. It means that we give importance to that subject only. Third is objective. Objective case has 2 subparts. First is accusative and second is dative. Accusative is related to the objects which are non-living. Yes, objects which are non-living. And dative are those which are living. So non-living objects are known as direct living and living objects are known as indirect objects. Last, fourth, we have possessive case. Possessive case is also known as genitive case. It shows ownership. It shows possession. So we have 4 types of cases. Now let's start the first case, that is nominative case. In nominative case, we will going to see only subject because it is related to the subject only. So nominative case means subject to a word. See the example? Rohan writes a letter. Now over here, Rohan is your nominative case because verb is coming after subject. Next, Rekha is a good girl. Now we are talking about Rekha. So Rekha is your nominative or subjective case. Now second is our vocative. Vocative means used for calling or paying attention. When we are addressing someone, And when we use that subject straightforward, then that is known as our vocative. Example, Mohan, come here. Come here, Mohan. Now, here we are addressing Mohan only. So, Mohan is our vocative. Next, objective. Objective case means object of a verb. Now, it can be noun or it can be pronoun. Let's see the example. Ramesh writes a letter. Rahul broke the chair. Now, over here, it is objective. It means that we are talking about object. So, object is letter and chair. Now, I told you that there are two parts in objective. First is accusative and second is dative. Accusative is related with non-living things. That is known as direct object. Dative related to living thing. That is your indirect object. Example, he gave Rahul a book. Now over here, Rahul and book. These two are your objects. One is indirect and one is direct. Accusative means book. Yes. Direct object, non-living thing. And dative, correct, living thing, indirect object. So accusative over here is your book and dative is Rahul. Rahul is living, that is why dative. Book, non-living, that is why accusative. Now, another case of accusative is that accusative cases are always used for prepositions. Yes, it is also used for prepositions. Like Raj is sitting on the table. Now, over here, accusation is table, and before table, preposition on is there. So, we have another part of accusative case, and that is related to the prepositions. Now, last is our possessive. Possessive, as I already told you, possessive means showing ownership. So, in this, we will going to use apostrophe S for living things. And for non-livings, we will not going to use apostrophe, we will going to use of. Let's see in detail. Now, last case is possessive case. Possessive, as I already told you, it denotes possession or ownership of something. Now, one thing is very much important to see in this, that all livings, in all the livings, we can use apostrophe S to show ownership. But with non-livings, we cannot use apostrophe. We will going to use possession plus of plus noun. See, with living, we are going to use apostrophe S. With non-living, we are going to use possession, then of, and then noun. Let us understand this with an example. Ram's pen has been lost. Rekha's watch is costly. Now, these two examples are related to living because Ram and Rekha both are living beings. So, that is why we have used apostrophe S. Ram will change into Ram's pen. It means that pen belongs to Ram. Rekha's watch. It means watch belongs to Rekha. So these two are living beings. That is why we have used apostrophe S. Now see the next example. Chairs leg, books cover. Now these are non-living. So you cannot use apostrophe. Instead of chair's leg, now leg is your possession. Leg of the chair. Leg of the chair is correct for non-living things. Second, book's cover, wrong. Cover is your possession. So cover of the book. So leg of the chair and cover of the book is correct. Why? Because chair and book, these are non-living things. As I told you, for living, we will going to use apostrophe. For non-livings, we will not going to use apostrophe. Instead of apostrophe, we will going to use possession plus of plus noun. This is what we have.
Where to use apostrophe in nouns. Now these are the examples: boy's hand, nature's love, time's march, sun's furries, woman's purse, Mohan's book. These are all single nouns, and at the end of these nouns we used to use apostrophe s. Okay, so now let's move on to the next nouns. Suppose if we are using two nouns in a sentence. So let's see. Do not use apostrophe if two nouns come together. Yes, see the example, Ram's wife's career. It's wrong. You cannot use two apostrophes. Ram's wife's career. It's wrong. The correct answer is the career of Ram's wife, because we are talking about Ram's wife career. So that is why the career of Ram's wife. With compound nouns, we use apostrophe s, and it should be added only with the last word. Example, her son-in-law's appointment. We will not going to use her son's in-law's appointment. It's wrong. So we are going to use the apostrophe s at the end, like her son-in-law's appointment. And second example, maid servant's absence. We will not going to use maid's servant's absence. It's wrong. So we will going to use apostrophe s at the end of the noun servant. So it will become maid servant's absence. Next is, if any plural words last letter is s, then while using apostrophe s should not be used. Let's see. Girls college, boys school. Now over here, girls and boys are plural nouns. So we will not going to use apostrophe s after girls or apostrophe s after boys, because it's already in plural form. So we will going to use only apostrophe after girls as well as after boys. If we write boys apostrophe s, then it will become wrong. Next, two nouns in the possessive case denote plural form. When apostrophe with s is used with one noun, it expresses singular form. See the example, Sita and Gita's mother. Now over here, I have not used apostrophe s in Sita. In Gita I have used. Why? Because we're talking about single mother. Mother belongs to Sita and Gita. That is why Sita and Gita's mother. Now, next example. Sita's and Gita's mothers are meeting today. Now, there are two mothers. One belongs to Sita and one belongs to Gita. So, there are two mothers. That is why we are using apostrophe s in both the nouns, in Sita as well as in Gita. So, Sita's and Gita's mothers are meeting today.
This chapter is over now, my dear children, and in our next class, we will going to start a very new chapter. Till then, take care and be at home. Thank you.